Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair, and when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a covet stingray car kit in his basket, cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his basket. At breakfast, cereal box put in my breakfast cereal box. All I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the car, poor Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Andrew and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smashed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture for the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting the time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16s? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Phillips Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit one attack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Phillips Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school my mom took us all to the dentist and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, and the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me feel where it was muddy, and then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby, and while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody, no one even answered. So then we went to the shoe stores to buy some sneakers. Anthony clothes white ones with blue strips. Nick clothes red ones with white strips. I choose blue ones with red strips. But then the shoe man said, "We're all sold out." They made me buy plain, old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. When we pick up my dad's at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be except for my elbow. He also says don't fool around with his phone, but I think I call Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were rima beans for dinner, and I hate limbs. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drains, and I had to wear my layload trains pajamas. I hate my layload trains pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse night light burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It had been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. Thank you for the watching. Bye bye.